I don't cheese for the cam, nigga. They smile on the gram, they caught me slipping. I'm that nigga. Right? Fame for the young, just cut the check. Let me rap, nigga. Rap, nigga. Gravatar style, I'm a traveling smack dealer. Get all Jenny Lamb.
Whoa, it's been a minute. Pantha Politix Network family, how y'all doing? It's good to be back in the building. I ain't did the Side Barz interview in like 2 months. I've been slipping, but it's all right because we got a banger for you today. Of course, y'all already know me, Seven Da Pantha, aka the Carolina Hurricane Ridiculous Slang, aka your baby mama's favorite rapper, aka Pie Strickland, if you get the point. You feel me? And today, I'm very, very fortunate. We back in the building with Side Barz with the good brother Chuck Platinum. How you doing, my man? How you doing, my man?
I'm great, my brother. I'm great. I can't complain, man. How you, man?
Oh man, I'm living, man. I'm living. Like
I'm about to light my thing up too. I'm about to light my thing up too.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's all good.
It's one of these kind of interviews. All right, let me relax a little bit, man. All right, go ahead, bro.
It's all good, no doubt. Now, for those of you who are unaware, I'm not even going to do it. I'll let him do it. So I already know the answer to this question, but for the people who watching who may not be familiar with Chuck Platinum, where you from, brother?
Boogie Down Bronx, baby. BX up, man. 187 Park Ave, Washington Ave, Fordham Road, man.
Fordham. Hey,
all right.
Fordham is. What up, though?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I miss Fordham, boy. I'm trying to tell you something good.
I'm telling you. Me too. Me too.
Man, I'm from LI, man, but I lived in Brooklyn for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I did some running around in the BX a little something. So, you know
me too at LI too. Yeah. I used to be out there, Hempstead, all that, Freeport. Yeah, man.
No doubt.
Shout out to the homies out there. Hell yeah.
No doubt. Rest in peace, Granddaddy IU.
That's my brother, man. Rest in peace, man. Rest in peace.
Now, it's gonna sound like a crazy question, being that you're from the Bronx, or as my homeboy that was freestyling, they said Onyx and didn't have nothing to rhyme with it, so he said from the Bronx, and I was like, yo, that's kind of dope that you did that. But you from the home of hip hop?
Yes, sir.
So this is gonna sound like a ridiculous question, but like, what walked you in the door? Like, what? I think we both started at the same place, if I'm not mistaken, from what I read. But tell me a little bit about your backstory, how you got in the game.
Yeah, so how I got in the game, man. I was pretty much born into this, man. My dad, shout out to DJ Butch SOS, man. I'm originally was born on the Lower East Side. I moved to the Bronx when I was like 4 or 5. So you know, my dad being a DJ, seeing him on the techniques and all of that, you know, I just wanted to do everything he was doing. He was like the coolest, still till this day, he the coolest dude ever. Still active, still out there, still DJing clubs, all that. Making it do what it do. So I was his protege, you know what I'm saying? I used to carry crates, do all of that. And when he discovered that I was taking a liking to what he was doing, my mom said to keep me out of the streets, she asked my father to bring the turntables over to my crib. And all he wanted to know was, could he still do his mixtapes? She said, you could come over and do that anytime you want. So that's when my DJ started. And around that same time, I started rapping and producing and all of that stuff in the early 90s. So yeah, man, that's where it all started from.
You actually read my mind of what I was going to ask you next, because I know you do everything. You make beats, you DJ, you MC, and I was going to ask you, did it all kind of come at once, or was it kind of stages to it?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what's up. Okay.
Yeah.
So who was like the so I know as far as DJing, your pops was the inspiration.
Right.
So far as MCing and even producing, like who did you look to as far as that goes?
Dope question. Yeah. So how that happened. So I started DJing professionally at I say about 11, 12. So the rapping, my partner, which is still my rap partner now, actually today, what's today? Today's the 12th? Wow.
Yeah, 12th,
I missed the anniversary. That's crazy. So 33 years ago yesterday is when I did my first recording. And
wow.
Yeah, my partner, shout out to my partner, Prince Newkirk, man. That's my bloodline, my brother. You know, he was rapping. He was a backup dancer for his uncle, which is the same person, rest in peace, my brother Rick Supreme, who taught me how to produce. He basically took a liking to us. We went to he used to have a studio at his mom's house down in the South Bronx. We used to go over there, and I used to fiend to go over there because I was like, man, I just want to, just see the boards. So when I got over there, I got starstruck. Lights is everywhere. I was like, nah, this is what I want to do. So I wrote my first rap then, because we was freestyling, but I had wrote my first official rap March 11th, 1992. And then I started there. And then the next year for my birthday weekend, we used to go over to his crib because I used to alternate weekends. I used to go to church one weekend with my grandmother, and then we used to do music the other weekend. So the weekends I used to go over there. He used to live over there right over across the street from Bronx River Projects. So we used to go over there. And one weekend I was like, yo, bro, because I used to have these ideas, and I used to tell him, and he used to put it together. And to me, he's like my Teddy Riley, you know what I'm saying? So
no doubt.
He used to put things together, and I just would hear it differently in my head. So I was like, yo, man, teach me how to produce. And he did. He taught me how to produce, and man, I made the wackest beats ever. And then I just started getting nice with it. And yeah, that was like 15. So I say like 11, 13, 15, those were the ages where everything started. And then I went to the High School of Art and Design too. So we was rapping in there. Yeah, I went to school with Fab. I went to school with Mobb Deep. I used to freestyle with Fab in the lunchroom.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah.
It's crazy you said that too, because I just re-listened to My Infamous Life audio book like a month ago.
Oh,
like,
what?
Yeah, man. Like that, I fuck with my I love Mob. Like,
yeah.
I catch a lot of heat though because a lot of cats be like, "Yo, you an East Coast dude? Who your favorite rap group? Woo, Mobb Deep." I'm like, nah, Outkast. They're like,
right,
okay. So I'm like,
oh,
yeah, I got my own reasons for that. But like Mob and Woo was right there too. Like it's like 1A, 1B, 1C.
Right.
It's all good.
Mm-hmm.
I could dig that. Okay, so okay, as far as like anybody that was prominent, because I mean, of course, with you being from the Bronx, y'all had Chris, KRS-One, who I actually went on my first tour with. KRS-One, you got Fat Joe, who came through the pipeline in the early 90s. So now, like at the time when you starting to get into it, like Joe is Joe and Chris still too, but Joe was kind of the rep for the Bronx at that point. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like, were you big on Joe, or did you kind of, you know what I'm saying, was Terror Squad? Like, I don't know a whole lot about Terror Squad in the streets.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
saying? Yeah. Nah, most definitely. So, first of all, shout out to the OG Fat Joe. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the whole Digging in the Crates. So, me being a fan of, Ralph McDaniel's Video Music Box as a kid in New York City, man, watching Video Music Box was like, that was our MTV. You know what I'm saying? So every Friday, you know what I mean, we would catch all the new flavors. You know what I'm saying? And as a DJ, I would go to Music Factory at B Street at the time on Fordham, get my records. So Joe was like, I remember seeing, and I tell all the legends this now when I meet them. Like, I'm like, yo, I remember seeing your video on Video Music Box, because that's where we discovered everything. Like, I remember when Flo Joe first came out, and all of that, Diamond D, when Sally got a 1-track mind and all of that. So when I discovered some of my favorite MCs, like, and then Joe was on Apollo. So, he actually won. So there was a lot of resonance with that. But like, just so four of my favorite MCs is Showbiz and AG, Lord Finesse, Diamond D, and Fat Joe, right? And then OC later as well, but those four just being from the Bronx, right? So, like years later, like I got like those are my brothers, you know what I'm saying? Like we have a close affiliation, especially with me and AG. Shout out to AG, because AG actually, like, as a revered artist, he's the one who gave me like the stamp, on the executive side, because I got the A&R his Taste of Ambrosia project. So, coming from the Bronx, Fat Joe was like, man, we even sampled him. You know what I'm saying? Like, we sampled Flo Joe. We sampled If You Mess Around, Then You'll Catch a Beat Down. We sampled that in a song called Back for the Boom Bap. So as a youngin', like coming up and seeing them, and Forest Projects was literally like right down the way. We used to practice, right on 163rd. We used to go by Trinity and all of that. So to know that they was like on TV, they like superstars to us. They still my superheroes.
So what was it like? And I mean, I swear to you, this interview is about you, but I'm asking this
Yeah, of
question because
course.
I'm
Nah, I love it.
curious.
I love it.
What was it like in the BX when Pun came through the pipeline?
Wow.
Was niggas really fucking with Pun hard like that? Because I know like we loved Pun. As soon as we heard this nigga, we was like, whoa.
Nah,
like,
that's
you
yeah. I remember the first time I heard Pun was on You Ain't a Killer. You know what I'm saying? And when I heard the cadence, it was like, yo, who the fuck is that, bro? Like, yo, who is this guy? And then when I found out like he was from the Bronx, it just put a new pride. Like, I have a gift of knowing like when an artist is gonna pop. And Pun, I knew he was gonna be something great because he just same thing with Jay-Z. Like when we used to do, I remember when people ain't know Jay like that. Because what's the name? What's the group? Can I Get Open? You know it. Hey y'all, can I get open? You know it.
Future flavors. Not future flavors. Natural flavors. Was it natural flavors?
Nah,
original flavor.
Original flavor.
That's
Sorry.
it. Yeah.
Yo,
My
Ski,
bad,
my
Ski.
bad.
I'm
Yo,
sorry.
right.
Ski, my bad,
exactly.
dog.
That right.
Sorry,
Same
man.
here, bro. Yo, shout out to Ski.
That's
shout
my
out
guy.
to Chubby Chubb. Shout out to all of them, man. Yo, can I get open? So even not I'm going back to Pun, but just to say the same thing about Jay, like, when we heard that in the X, like I knew when he did the car, can I was like, oh, I was like, yo, he about to be crazy with it. So even though he was a Brooklyn cat, Jay used to come to the Bronx all the time. I remember seeing Jay riding through in the Lexus in the hood. You know what I'm saying? And we used to promote his records and stuff. So like having Pun was like, yo, hearing him, and when I heard that Capital Punishment, and then when they killed the Deep Cover beat and all of that, like Pun really, because Joe was nice, but Joe didn't really start getting real, and he know it. He say it himself. You know what I'm saying? He ain't start getting real nice till he met Pun. Like when he started meeting Pun, when he did that Jose album, we was like, okay, Joe, all right, yeah.
Niggas thought I must have found Pun's rhyme book.
Facts. And yo, that's a real bar. And being a kid in the 90s and being in there, we was getting it in real time. You know what I'm saying? So like Pun came through. I was just so sad when he died because he only really had like 3 years to really like shine. Like I feel like had he been here now, he would have been revered as one of the greatest. But to us at home, he's that's Pun. He's one of the greatest of all time to me.
Absolutely. He's very high on my list. And I mean, people use the brevity of the career against him the same way they do Biggie. But I'm saying, yo, like you could take Pun right now and put him in a cipher with niggas and he'll tear their head off. Like it ain't never gets old what he does. Like
not at all.
It always works. It always works.
Right.
Oh man, I
not
can dig it. So
yeah.
So second, I gotta ask you because I asked everybody this, and we're gonna get into the music itself in just a second. But I gotta ask, you've been in the game for a little bit. You've been doing your thing for a minute. I know you've done a lot of killer shows. Right. I asked everybody to come on here. What was your favorite show, and what was the show that you like? Yo, if I never go back there, I'm cool.
Damn, that's crazy. You know what? Out of my whole career, I don't think that I had a show like that. Like, I don't think that I really had a bad show. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like, even going on tour, every city that I went to, they showed us love. So I never really had that energy. You know what I'm saying? Like even though I make what I make as far as rapping and stuff like that, like Regions was always able to feel my music and resonate with my music. So I've been fortunate to have, great shows, whether it was a big venue, whether it was, it could be 5 people in the joint, you know what I mean? I always like to have fun with the crowd. So I wish I could give a story and say, you know, damn, you know, this show was fucked up, but I don't have that kind of story. I think the biggest
That's
show.
a good thing.
Yeah, nah, that's a blessing. That's an absolute blessing. I think the best show, of course, for me would be, you know, performing at Showtime at the Apollo. You know what I'm saying? I think that just that whole day, my brother and I did amateur night. You know, shout out to again my producer, rest in peace, Rick Supreme. You know, he was on 125th one day and he just met Maxine Lewis, just happened to be standing outside. And she was a head of talent acquisition for the Showtime at the Apollo, the amateur night. And he was like, yo, I got a group, you know, they young guys, you know, they rap. We came, we auditioned for her, and then we did that. And just the fact to see, so that day, Teddy Riley was there. There was a lot of people there. Teddy Riley, Nice and Smooth, Brian McKnight, Rolanda Watts. It was a lot of people because it was a taping, Men at Large, Black Street. Everybody was there. So we got to meet Teddy Riley, and we told him we was going to be on the show, and he happened to be, you know, up in the booth. So the fact that Teddy Riley got to see us and he got to see the standing ovations, even though nothing really came out of that because, you know, we pretty much got out of there, but yeah, man, just that experience alone, meeting Steve Harvey, you know what I'm saying, and you know, just doing that whole experience, and it changed my life because Steve Harvey gave me some advice. He said, you know, don't ever be afraid of these stages. He said, this is my stage and I still get nervous. He said, you're gonna go up there and kill it, and we did. So that was my best show because that set the bar and the standard for my shows then on. You know what I mean? Like, it's like if we could survive the Sandman,
that means something. Yeah, that means something.
That's it. That's the my legacy started at 16.
Bro. So that show was up here. So if we take the Apollo off the table, what was the next like the next favorite or the next sticks out the most?
I would say opening up for Too Short.
That's dope.
Opening up for Too Short. I was signed to an independent label out in the Bay Area. I had moved out to the Bay Area for a couple of years, right when the hyphy movement started. And shout out to my guy, Bazialini. Actually, he got a platform called Sound of Life Media, which is really dope now. And you know, I'm a part of that that venture as well. But so being signed to him, we used to do a lot of shows, but we actually went out to Reno and we was with Reno's radio station out there. They hip hop and R&B radio station. They was putting on a show, and Too Short was the headliner. So yeah, opening up for Too Short, the crowd loving us, being backstage, drinking mad Coronas with Too Short and just kicking it with him and his crew. He was mad cool, you know what I mean? And we went up there and we just did our thing. And then we got to be backstage with him while he did his thing. And yeah, that right there, I would say that was the second best show. That was the most memorable one right there.
I feel you. You know, it's funny because when I think about it, probably my most memorable show is probably wasn't the best show.
Right.
But it's the one that stands out the most. We were in Atlanta, Georgia. I was in the group at the time. We were in Atlanta, Georgia, opening for KRS-One. We were still on the run with him. So we opened for KRS-One. And this whole time we've been on the road with him, he's never seen us perform.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Just so happens they got monitors in the back. So he comes in, he's backstage. It's not a proper backstage. This is like this is at the annex across the street, across from the Georgia Dome.
Right.
So there's not like a proper backstage. So he's just standing back there, and we on the screen, and we are going absolutely insane. And we coming on the stage, and he walks up and he was like, "Yo, that was mean." I was like,
"That's
yo,
fire from the
I'm
GOAT."
Good.
from the GOAT. Like, yo, you fire. Yo, you know what? I know how that feels, bro, because that's how I felt working with AG. Like, yo, this the God, you know what I'm saying? And for him, like, we worked on Taste of Ambrosia for like 3 years because he had just moved to Japan. So, like, I'm working with him and I'm like, yo, like, every day, and he's calling me and he's asking me like my opinions on things. Like he really like made me the A&R, and he didn't have to do that. The brother is a genius. Like working with him, he knew exactly what he wanted and stuff like that. But like him coming to me like, yo, what do you think about the beats? What do you think about this mix and this and that? And like really combing through that project, like, you know, that's how I felt at that moment. Like when you get moments like that with your people that you came in the game loving, your legends. So I know that feeling like, yo, you goated like at bro. If KRS said you was fire, to me, you goated, bro.
Yo, the funny thing is, my man hit me. He lived in Texas.
Right.
Rakim was performing out there. He said, I played your shit for Rakim. And Rakim said you was dope. I said, Rakim said I'm dope. I'm good.
Look,
I'm good, yo.
You
Hey,
listen.
yo, I don't care what nobody else think. I'm good.
That you know what? It don't get no better than that because that's my favorite
Thanks.
rapper of all time.
Same.
Yep,
Absolutely.
fire.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna have to sing you some shit, man.
Yeah.
When you hear me, you'll know Rakim's definitely my favorite rapper. That's my guy. Oh man, let's. So tell me a little bit about the label. I see you got the hoodie on.
Oh yeah,
It's
definitely.
Ayana Records. What is,
Ayana
tell me more.
Records. Ayana Records. So Ayana Records is definitely named after my firstborn. Shout out to my daughter Ayana. She, you know, she's an important part of my life. She was there. She was when I was getting serious about music. At that time, I was taking care of her full time. And you know, she used to be there. I was making the beats while making her bottles, you know what I'm saying, and changing diapers and all of that. So, you know, I have a company called Novocaine Multimedia. A lot of people know that brand versus Ayana. So for me, this is just like a reinvention, you know what I'm saying? So I wanted to do something meaningful, you know, in this stage of my career. So I named it after my daughter and dedicated part of the publishing to make sure that this is my way of making sure that she's taking care of us specifically. You know what I mean? So, you know, because she's my firstborn. So, you know, this is like so what happened was the reason why I started this label is because I had got a opportunity. Shout out to my guy Steve Ray's. He's an aggregator for Empire, and he was looking for labels to do distribution deals with, so that he could build a better relationship with Empire and try to get these distributors in different regions to, you know, do these dope deals. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, he got me in contact with Empire, you know, and the deal was very lucrative. And it was kind of a situation that I was waited kind of all my career for. And I said, I don't want to do an entity that I have already. I'm going to start a whole new situation. And that's how Yana Records was born last August. So I just launched it. We're actually, I've did Beats in the Attic Volume 2 is of the imprint. Well, both of them are of the imprint of Ayana, but it's not an Empire release. I didn't want to make it an Empire release as of yet. I wanted to keep that one fully still on my own with that project. But my next album, the Warm Up EP, that's the first project that's going to be launched through the label. So, you know, that'll be how we officially launch the label and everything will start rolling out as far as that's concerned, man. So it's just a dream opportunity. Thank you, bro. It's a dream opportunity. It's something that, you know, I could give to my child. And I'm just happy that I can be able to use my music and give back and do something for her. So this is a label. It's a boutique label. It's more of a production label. So it gives me an opportunity to, I don't really want to sign artists per se. More on this label is more about me curating projects. So anybody that I discover or I want to work with or stuff like that, I'll produce the project, fund it, put it through the distribution pipeline. We'll work on the videos. If you have a company, we could do a deal and maybe do an album deal or something like that, put it out, you know, where we're both helping each other and cross promoting and stuff like that. And I'll just take over like the directional part of it, the sequencing, you know, the production, choosing the producers and stuff like that, and letting my favorite artist or that artist that I'm working with do their thing. You know what I mean? So it's just me curating projects. This label is really about fun for me now. You know what I mean? This is not me trying to like on the come up. This is like me just taking the music and just, you know, putting the purity back in the music without all the politics. Because I don't have to do the politics now.
Solidify the legacy. That's what I'm talking about. That's
Facts,
how you do it, man. That's how you
Yes,
do it.
sir.
That's how the podcast network came to be. I was like, yo, at some point, all of this other stuff I'm doing, I'm always rap because I love to rap.
Exactly.
But like, all of the other stuff, the touring and all, at a point, I'm not going to do that like I'm doing it right now. So like, I want to find a way to cement what I'm doing and leave something in place. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So even whether that be musically or through hip hop media,
Mm-hmm.
I got a pipeline for my people to do something after I step off of it. So it's all good, man. I gotta say, bro, I was listening to your music. I will admit I'm late to the party. I'm late to the party.
It's okay.
But,
you on the train though. It's all good, man. That's what I tell people that all the time. Like, you never late. That's the beautiful thing about Discovery, man. Like, you never late. Welcome aboard, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I got the email from MJ, and I was like, salute to MJ, by the way, and salute to you. Thank you,
shout out MJ, the best, the best.
So I get the email, and I'm like, okay. So I follow the link. Boom, boom, boom. I go listen to the album. And I'm like, okay, this is beats. Okay, I like beats. I'm an MC, of course. I like beats. You know what I'm saying? So I'm vibing out, and I'm gonna get to what my favorite joints on the album on the project were. But like, I was like, okay, boom. I said, well, you know what? Let's listen to the first one. So I went to the next one, and I was like, you know what? I saw that he's a rapper. I want to hear raps. Let's get to the raps. So then I started diving into the other records, and I was just like, yo, this is wild. Like, I feel bad that I didn't know who you were prior to getting the email. Like, I'm like, yo, how do I not know this cat already? Like, I'm super late to the party. So, let's start here. Okay, so these are some records that I heard in the projects they're on that stood out to me. I love the record Real Hip Hop on Hip Hop Evangelist. I love that
song. That's one of my favorites. Yes,
I love that song.
That's dope.
Do you want to give a little background on the record, or?
Yeah, real hip hop, man. Well, Hip Hop Evangelist was an album that I had been working on for a long time. You know what I mean? That's to me, that's like my debut album. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, Real Hip Hop, I just wanted to really pay homage to the culture on how I saw it. You know what I'm saying? And the SWV Use Your Heartbeat is one of my favorite beats. And I wanted to just, you know, make it a little more present, a little more current. And just spit that real hip hop. It's that real hip hop, man. That thing that you love, that thing that we know, you know. So yeah, I love that song. That's one of my favorite songs on that project too. Shout out to Hip Hop Evangelist.
Ooh, I was like, yo, this is first when I saw the title, Hip Hop Evangelist, I was like, oh, yeah. Let's go here first. Let's go here first.
Yeah.
They Don't Want Smoke.
Oh,
from Let the Wolves Play. I love that.
Oh wow, that's yo.
Yeah.
That's a good choice. That's a good choice because They Don't Want Smoke, man. So Let the Wolves Play is a project I did when it was at the height of the pandemic, right? So we was home. My job had just sent us home, so I was working from home, and everybody was in a frenzy. But I'm like, well, if we're home, we might as well entertain the people. You know what I'm saying? So I chose my Facebook fans because that's like I got a nice fan base on IG, but my Facebook is lit. So I went on Facebook and I went every week. I started doing those songs, and those songs are in order of the weeks that I did them. So Let the Wolves Play started it off. Shout out to Skrilla Gambino. He actually gave me that title for the album because I made the title for the song, but he was like, "Yo, bro, you should call it Let the Wolves Play." So I was like, "Why not?" You know what I mean? So They Don't Want Smoke is actually, I believe that was either week 2 or week 3. I did 2 songs that week, and They Don't Want Smoke is a bonus because I was like, I wanted to try the auto tune. I never tried auto tune before, so I was like, you know what? Let me see if I could fuck with the auto tune. So I did that, and that actually became one of my favorite songs too. Like the beat, that beat came through quick. So what I used to do is I used to make the beat on live, and then
I feel
I
you. Yeah.
promised them. I said, "Listen, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make the beat, I'm gonna mix it, I'm gonna master it, and I'm gonna have a song to y'all drop by the morning on SoundCloud." And I did that shit every week, and then June 19th for 2020, I released it as a project, and that's how that
So
happened.
you engineer yourself and everything.
All those records you heard, I mixed, mastered everything,
Wow,
and
bro,
did the covers.
that's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yep.
Now, first of all, Curse of a Genius is a dope album.
Thank
Period.
you.
I just
Thank
want
you,
to put
bro.
a dot on that.
Thank
Um,
you.
Coke Flow is my
Oh
joint.
yeah.
My jam on it. That's my jam on
Oh
it.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Salute to Earn De Niro.
Yeah. Shout out to
Yeah,
Ern. Shout out my brother
you know what I'm
Ern,
saying?
man.
Yeah, that's yeah, bro. You got some shit in your bag, man. I'm trying to tell you, yo. Like, hey, ladies and gentlemen, I know y'all know that I don't listen to nothing unless I think it's like that, bro. Like that. Trust me when I tell
Yo,
you.
I
Trust me when I tell
appreciate that. Shout out to Coke Flow. Yeah, that's a dope joint. Shout out to Nuwo the Kid on that beat. I ain't even do that one. That's Nuwo the Kid. Shout out to Nuwo, man. My brother Nuwo. Got connected through him through Rest in Peace AD the General. And yeah, Nuwo did that beat. So he was like, nah, he gave me a couple of joints, and he said, "Yo, I knew you was gonna pick that beat because that joint go crazy." And I was like, "You right? I'm about to body this shit." So shout out to Earn De Niro. Earn brought that energy to that beat, and that's why we went out there. We put a budget on that. Shot that in Orlando, New York. Did
Oh
two,
wow.
yeah. So that joint like a little movie too. You know what I'm saying? That Coke Flow video. So that's dope that you picked that. Shout out to
I gotta
Coke
go see
Flow.
the video now. I gotta
Oh
go see.
yeah, yo, you gonna love. Yeah, now that you heard it, so you gonna love the video. The video dope. Video
Oh
fire.
man.
Yeah.
All right, look. We gotta talk. We gotta talk, bro. Because I'm doing all this talking to you about your bars right now,
Right.
but you just not long ago put out Beats in the Attic Volume 2.
That's right.
Man, listen. My problem is I freestyle.
Right.
So I'm listening to the beats and I'm at work. And I'm supposed to at my job, I'm supposed to be talking on the phone. You know what I'm saying? I got my earbud on this side and I got my headphone for work on this side. I'm waiting for the phone to ring and the beat playing, and I'm just sitting there going fucking insane through the whole.
Yo, that's
I
funny.
was like,
That's
yo.
funny.
I was like, MJ, I'm gonna get you. Why you do this? Why you do this? I told you I was gonna tell you my favorite joint. Just Can't is one of my favorite joints.
Oh yeah, yeah. Just kid. That's a hot one.
Um, Melodic Memories is one of my favorite joints.
Love that joint. Hmm.
Non-biased is one of my favorite joints.
Oh yeah, now bias is a favorite. Yeah.
Uh, Find My Way and Too Easy. Like those are my joints.
That's dope. Yeah, Find a Way. Find My Way is like that's my favorite song on there. You know what I'm saying? That's like I was going through something real bad at that time. You know what I'm saying? And that song, it took me a lot to like do that record. You know what I'm saying? But it just when I heard that sample, I just was like, nah, I gotta flip this crazy. You know what I mean? So yeah, that joint is very sentimental to me. And Too Easy is just too easy. That was just like that's how it was. Like, nah, we gonna do some different frequencies on this, and that's it. It's just it's all about the frequencies and the energy. So the fact that you was freestyling off those joints, mission accomplished.
No doubt.
Mission accomplished.
Oh man, I was losing my mind, and my supervisor keep looking at me like. Finally, somebody was like, "Yo, you good?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm straight at 6 o'clock. Don't worry about it."
Yo, I'm crying right now. That is hella funny.
Oh man.
That's dope.
So I mean, like, so the Beats in the Attic.
Yeah.
Volume 1 is crazy too. Like I
Thank
just
you,
want you
bro.
to know. So I'm saying, I'm listening to the beats and I'm thinking to myself, like, your sound is not most the thing that I notice about most producers is I can tell you where the sound came from. Like I
Right.
can tell where the root of your sound is. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You New York all day, every day. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? I hear it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But what you put on top of it and the way that you orchestrate it
Right.
shows that you've allowed yourself to be influenced by many things. You know what I'm saying? It's
Bobby,
not just the one.
absolutely.
You know what I mean? So I mean, with that said, like as a producer, like who like right now that's like active, who right now do you hear that like inspires you to be like, yeah, let me go make some shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good question. It's really not like too crazy. Like, so on my Instagram, I have like different producers, you know what I'm saying, that I like. Not even nobody like probably like super crazy. Like, yo, one of them is my man Mark. I think his name. I'm not sure if he pronounced it Marcus or Marquez, but Marcus Murray. You know what I'm saying? Yo, this dude is fire. And it's a couple of dudes like Soundtrack, fire. He did some work with Kendrick and stuff like that. I think he worked on the GNX project. Still Pete Rock, because the Auditorium album is stupid.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that album was, whew, yo, Pete Rock is still one of my favorite producers. Like, the fact that, yo, like how you feel about Rakim and knowing that, like, that's how I felt like Pete Rock, like being able to tell him personally, like, yo, bro, you the reason why I do this shit right here. You know what I'm saying? And him just being able to break bread with him and all of that. So yeah, those producers, it's a lot of producers though that do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if they wasn't active, like we still listen to music, like, you know what I'm saying? From like Showbiz, Lord Finesse just dropped something fire. He just dropped the new SP12 project. You know what I mean? So it's so many different. I listen to everything, and I love different trap productions. I love it all, man. And I mix and mesh all of that shit in my music. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like the different transitions from here, something from, wherever. Or I might listen to some 70s production. You know what I mean? Like, all of those things, even when I'm mixing my beats, a lot of the things that I use, I know a lot of people are not using, because for me to get that sound, like, I go back to studying what the original compressors was, and then go to those ones that they made for the Pro Tools and all of that, the waves and all of that, and I just mix my records according to. That's why my shit be sounding different, because I be mixing my records to sound like the new, but putting that warmth under there to have that authenticity. So it's all calculated in all of them shits. You know what I mean? So I'm glad that you fuck with them projects. That means a lot for real, because those projects is just love right there. Those are literally beats in the attic, because my studio is in the attic. So
Oh, that's right.
right. So that's it. It was like, yo, I thought it was dope. I was like, one day I was like, yeah, beats in the attic. I was like, oh shit, let me just put. So that's one. It's gonna be a 10 project series. You know what I mean? So this is volume 2. Volume 3 gonna come out in the summer, and I'm probably gonna drop like 2 a year. So this will keep me going for like the next 5 years or something like that, and
No doubt.
till 10, and then I'll retire it. Even if I'm not in the attic no more, we'll still call it that.
No doubt. I feel it. I wasn't even gonna bring this up, but I gotta say, because you was talking about him earlier. Me and AG used to have hip hop arguments on Facebook all the time.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
I could
I used to
definitely
say
see that.
things. I'd say things specifically to piss off hip hop heads because I'm like, let's have a conversation. Because I was like, there's conversations we're not having that we need to have, and the only way to get you to have it is to say something so outlandish that it'll make you talk about it.
Right.
And so I said, I think the one that started it was I said, you know what? I gotta say something. I think Biggie's overrated. Man.
He went crazy.
He was like the third person to comment, but he was like, bro, hold up.
Right.
He's like, Seth, what you doing right now, man? Come on. I was like, I'm just saying, man. You
right.
know? And I gave my argument. Like I had a bullshit argument that I was using. And I put it up there and I put it out there. And he was just like, nah, man, because he went crazy. I was like, that's bro, exactly what I was hoping for, right?
Yeah, bro, real
and the
passionate.
fact that you hearing it from him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nah, he used to hit them lines heavy. He don't be his social media presence now is very, very minimal to none now. But when he was on the Facebook heavy and stuff like that, me and him had a few debates as well. That's big bro. So it's like, but as a Libra, because that's my Libra brother, I know his personality well, man. And shout out to A, man. He a beautiful person. I appreciate everything he did for me, man, for real. The whole DITC, man, like real talk. I think the only one that I haven't met was Joe and Big L. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to OC, shout out to Buck, shout out to Diamond D, Lord Finesse. The bro, Showbiz, of course, definitely show, man. You know what I mean? The whole crew, man.
That's dope, man. That's dope. So I mean, what's next? You planning on hitting the road again anytime soon, or?
Yeah, actually, I'm about to be in Cleveland next month on the 18th. My man DJ Jack the Ripper, he hit me up like, yo, we need you back out here. So I get to touch that Cleveland market again. And I'm definitely gonna get back on the road more. I'm just really kind of preparing the home front, right now to be stabilized and everything, and then we gonna hit the hit the road. I'm just really right at this moment. I appreciate you asking what's next too. Right now, I'm just really like focused on developing the label. I just kind of been in my zen personally, just getting mentally ready and just working every day and putting things together to make all of this thing pop. So I'm ready to get back on the road again. And I just been really focused on me as an artist. I think I've spent many years pouring my talents and skill sets and being a team player. And for the first time, like I feel like in a long time, I'm really just like looking out for Chuck Platinum, the artist, Chuck Platinum, the producer, and just branding the whole Chuck Platinum brand and just, putting it out there. So what's next is I'm about to drop the warm-up EP in the spring. So, I did the beats. Now we're going to get the bars. That project is sounding real crazy. I'm just warming them up. And then I'm actually working on my next album, which is the follow-up to Hip Hop Evangelist, which is Timing Is Everything. So that project, I've been working on that project. Everything that you heard, like 45 and all of that, any kind of bars like that, those were like Timing Is Everything records. I just feel like I'm going on another level of what I want to say and what I want to present to the world. Because after that, I'm gonna rap, but I'm gonna be now that I'm getting closer into my 50s, I want to focus more on production, film scoring, sound design, learning instruments and stuff like that, and really focusing on my production. And I may, like drop singles and stuff like this. But when I drop Timing Is Everything, it's 2 albums that I'm dropping. So I'm saying that the first time here, you getting that first world premiere. So Timing Is Everything is going to be 2 albums. We're going to drop one album is going to be called Retrospection. So Retrospection is going to be like basically focusing on it's a conceptual album focusing on my story from birth until maybe like 21, 22, and then just kind of putting it in a story form. And then there's going to be Timing Is Everything, which would be the second body of work from that series, and that's going to be Introspection. And introspection is going to be focused more on how I think as a man, the trials and tribulations that I've been through, you know, failed marriages, failed relationships, getting real. I'm gonna get real deep and personal. Like that's gonna be like my most personal album. And then by the end of that album, it's gonna be like victory. Like it's gonna be like, but we win. After
No
we
doubt.
went through all of that shit, the
We
story
win.
is we win. And I don't mind
Yes.
telling that ending and beginning because at the end of the day, it's the story and the journey. And I'm finally going to put my story and journey into a musical form. Like these projects that you listen to are timelines of that's because that's how I create. If I don't have anything to talk about, I'm not gonna talk. So I go through the life things and then I put it on wax. So timing is everything is like that kind of magnum opus of just opening up, giving everybody Chuck Platinum, you know, from beginning to end, and then I'm gonna end the story like that, and that's gonna be like my last full length project, and I'm gonna focus fully on being a producer and discovering talent, and you know, get my Quincy
Man,
Jones on.
you know what's crazy? When I hear you say that, sometimes when I hear people say stuff like that, I'd be like, man, I wish I had learned how to make beats because it does make the transition out of being an MC a whole lot easier. But
Yeah.
I think that's dope though, man. I can't wait to see where it goes because I'm glad I'm on the train now. I'm enjoying the ride. We're gonna keep rolling. It's all
Yes,
good.
sir.
I, I guess the only other question I had, well, did I have another question? I did actually have another question, but for this
Good.
particular question,
Cool.
you've worked and been in the cipher with a lot of people, been
Mhm.
in the space. Who's somebody that you want to make a record with that you haven't that like would be, yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, you know what? I'm a put this out there. You know what I'm saying? And it's probably somebody that people wouldn't think that I would say, but I feel like me if I made a record for Jim Jones, where Jim Jones is right now, I think me and Jim Jones, I think I'm a super Jim Jones fan. You know what I'm saying? And I've been a Jim Jones fan for a long time. Like I love Cam. But Cam gave us Jim, and Jim's swag is just different. You know what I'm saying? And
oh
I
yeah,
love Jim Jones. Jim Jones is a dope, and he's getting better and better as he ages. So I think where he is now and his mentality of where he is now, I think me and Jim could make a dope few bangers together. You know what I'm
oh yeah,
saying? Like, yeah,
I can
like
get it. I can get
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. So that's like somebody that he's right now in the current. He's somebody that I dream to work with is Jim Jones. I love Jim Jones. Shout out to Dipset.
No doubt. Salute to that. Hell yeah. And Jimmy, you make however I as a because of how I analyze MCs, however I may feel about how you rap sometimes, the
Right.
one thing I cannot deny is that you make incredible albums. Like you when you talk about a motherfucker know how to take a project and put it together top to bottom and make sure it flow right,
Yes.
yeah.
Thank
Jimmy
you,
got
bro.
that all the way
Yeah.
live, all the way
Yeah. In
live,
fact, yeah,
all the
Jim
way
is
live,
dope. Yeah, Jim is
all the way
dope,
live.
man. Yeah.
You see, that's one thing that I've had to learn the importance of sequencing, and that's something I
Oh
was paying
yes.
attention to when I was listening to your music. I was like, okay,
Yes.
because I've learned that I was paying attention to it and didn't know I was paying attention to it
Right.
previously.
Right.
It was like, but nah, you see the way this makes you feel as
Mm-hmm.
it's going.
Oh
That's how it's
yes.
supposed to work.
Every
So
time.
yeah, I love that.
Every
So
time. Mm-hmm.
man, I appreciate you being here so much. I really do
Man.
because it's good to hear. I talk to a lot of young artists,
Right.
you know what I'm saying, and not necessarily always on the pod, but just in general. I talk to a lot of
Mm-hmm.
young artists, and a lot of times talking to them is kind of disorienting to a degree. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So hearing somebody who is seasoned in the game and has a plan and has an outlook and has already, began to sculpt their legacy in the music,
Yes.
it's refreshing, very refreshing, absolutely,
Yeah,
very
I'm
refreshing.
glad. It's my pleasure too, brother. Just like yo, hearing your story, and this is why I love doing these type of interviews because you know I love connecting with different people and listening to those experiences, and I accept being an elder statesman in the game, man. Like I love it, and there's just so much. I still feel like a baby. There's still so much more to do. I feel like I haven't even scratched the surface on the things that I have to offer the world, because I've given the world so much of everybody else that I've worked on, which I'm proud that I did, because it helped my experiences as well. But now that, you know, my kids are older, now that I'm older, like I'm ready to have fun again with the music. So what best way to have fun is, you know, with me, you know what I'm saying? So like, you know, I'm just like ready to be a kid all over again, man, and just have fun with this. And you know, whatever happens, because that's how it's been. It's been a blessing, so it ain't gonna be no different. Just even more fun now.
Sure, indeed. That's real
Facts.
talk. Well, man, again, I appreciate you being here. Right now,
Yes, sir.
I want the people to hear some of them bars I was talking about.
All
So,
right.
you know, ladies and gentlemen, y'all already know what it is. Y'all know what time it is right here on Side Barz. You already see what it say across the bottom of the screen. So you say you got bars. Well, if you come on Side Barz, you got to show me. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Chuck Platinum.
Yes, sir. Let's go, man. We gonna do something straight from the top. Side bars. It's like side scars. You know that I had them side scars. You don't know it's from the heavens, man. Chuck Platinum with a bigger plan. It may not be something you can understand, but something in the future that will be in demand. Yeah, you know that I'm commando, right on the sand though. You know we could do it from the trap to the bando. Uptown for all clowns. You know, Chuck Platinum represent the boogie down. 78 was when I was born. You know that I'll be coming through like Wu-Tang on the swarm. Yeah, we do these bars for norm, just like Cheers. You might not get that with your ears, but you might get it with the eyes. Surprise and realize that I can never despise. I'm one of those guys. You better realize that I'm Chuck P, the illest MC to be in this industry. Yeah, you think that you could fuck with me? Well, I'll be here till infinity, because Khalid means eternal. Rhymes I will burn you. Anything I say can or will concern you. Yeah, you know the top of the list, the lyrical gift. You know I smoke it just like a spliff from the top, just like a sniper. Could be like R. Kells, the motherfucking jail pie piper, but I'm out free, the true MC. You know that you really can't fuck with me. Yeah, that more than 16, but I come through just like the woo with the cream. Yeah, I'm just fucking around, man.
Oh, man. Hey, y'all young people, if y'all ain't hip to Cheers and Norm, go watch that shit.
right.
Yo,
no,
thank
see,
you. You know what I'm saying? Hey, bro. Hey, I was there. Hey, bro. That's crazy. Yo, man. Tell the people how they can find you online, Chuck. So
hey, man, Google me, man. Everything up there, man. You Google me, man. My knowledge panel up there. You get the music, you get the videos, the social media pop up. I ain't Hollywood, man. Holla at me on Facebook, Charles Khalid Cuthbert. If you put that in Google, if you Google, trust me, all of it'll come up. You know what I'm saying? Like you Google me and follow me at Chuck Platinum everywhere, man.
No doubt. I'm gonna make sure I tap in, and I'm gonna send you the link to the album, like I promised.
Yes, sir.
I got you covered. Let me know what you think, man. I mean, you know, I rap a little bit.
Man, I can't
I
wait.
rap a little bit.
I can't wait, man. I can't wait.
Definitely.
Yes, sir.
And once again, shout out to the BX. Shout out to MJ. MJ's Hip Hop Connects.
Yes.
Salute to Chuck Platinum. Make sure y'all check out Beats in the Attic, Volume 2 out now. Make sure you check out Volume 1. Make sure you just go check out Chuck Platinum. You know what time it is. Thank y'all so much for locking in, man. I'm gonna holler at you soon, Chuck. Most definitely.
Yes, sir.
Side Barz, Pantha Politix Network. Y'all know what it is. Peace.
I don't cheese for the cam, nigga. If smile on the gram, they caught me slipping. I'm that nigga. Right? Fame for the young, just cut the check. Let me rap, nigga. Rap, nigga. Gravitas, now I'm a traveling smack dealer. Get all Jenny Lamb.